Thank you all again for joining us. Today's webinar will start with a presentation by Stephanie Elio, Vice President of Business Development at the Center for Legal Studies. Following the presentation, we will allocate approximately 10 minutes for a live Q&A session. During this time, you are encouraged to submit your questions via the Q&A feature, and our enrollment counselors will either respond directly or we will address your questions live. If we are unable to address your questions during the webinar, we will provide our contact information at the end of the presentation so you can reach out to us afterwards. Without further ado, I will now hand it over to Stephanie for today's presentation. Take it away, Stephanie.
Thank you, Deja, and thank you to all of you for joining us today. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us here. Where can I get my camera going? There we go. We're going to go over the agenda really quick. Some quick ground rules. As Deja mentioned, we've got some enrollment counselors in the background. They're happy to answer your questions. Our basic rule around here is make it relevant and be kind. If they can't get to you straight away, then we will be sure and do that after the presentation, or perhaps answer your question live at the end of the presentation. We'll talk a little bit about who CLS is, Center for Legal Studies. We often abbreviate it to CLS because it can be quite a mouthful. We'll talk about the learning formats, the online, self-study, live lecture via Zoom, and the differences between those, which format is right for you. Course grading time commitments. We'll look at some testimonials from students. We'll also look at the learning outcomes, how the course is delivered, some of the neat tools within it, the interactive assessments, and what goes after the paralegal certificate. That's what this presentation today is all about. But we do have advanced coursework that for some students might be a requirement. If you live in California, we'll absolutely dig into that, and the voluntary nature of those courses to help yourself become more valuable and marketable when seeking promotions, pay raise, or job change. We'll look at the career outlook, how much money there is to be made out there in the world, and what those median salaries look like with benefits, the enrollment process, and at the tail end, we will get into that Q&A. So without further ado, let's dive right in. CLS is the leading continuing legal education company out there. We were founded in 1980, and we have, in this particular area, been primarily training paralegals. And those folks are career changers. They may be doing this after they've already earned a degree to develop some extra job skills. They may be doing it before they pursue a degree. Whichever your route might be, the one thing I want you to have as a takeaway is this is a non-credit job skills training program. The sole purpose is to help you develop the skills you're going to need in the real world to do the job. So it is all very practical, applicable training. We work hard to maintain affordable course fees. We have flexible delivery formats. As I mentioned a moment ago, we have the standard online, we have self-study programs. We also do live via Zoom. We work with the highest quality instructors. They are all licensed attorneys or very high-ranking paralegals that have a minimum of 10 years experience in the field, and not only bundled with teaching experience, they are still currently working in the field, which is great to get somebody that has all that knowledge and is up to speed on what's going on today. The courses that we offer expand far beyond paralegal. So we have things like legal secretary, if you're not quite ready to dive into full paralegal yet. We do legal investigation, victim advocacy training. We have some legal nurse consultant and medical professional consultant training programs. There is a full catalog on our website, which if you have not yet visited, I encourage you to do so. Our web address is www.cls legalstudies.com, and it is a wealth of information. I'll mention it multiple times, but you can find all course fees, syllabi to any particular course that we offer. The schedules are there. There's additional testimonials and other resources for you to look at. We do at CLS pride ourselves very much on the transparency that we can provide to students. This is not about just telling you what you need to do, but helping you to get to the information so that you can make the best decision for yourself. And in addition to this presentation, the assistance that our enrollment counselors can offer, our support staff, and the website itself. We want you to have all the information that you need to make an educated decision for what you'd like to do. And of course, help you to get enrolled if that is your choice. We do train more students to become paralegals and advance their paralegal training than any other paralegal program in the country. And all of our content is designed and updated regularly to be on pace with the industry. Let's talk about that first format, which is our traditional online format. It is by far the most popular. It's what we have offered for the longest amount of time. And we do have 6 different start dates per year for this particular program. So with any annual calendar, you go January through December. This course is a 14-week training for paralegal. It is delivered in 2 7-week sessions, and the annual calendar is broken out into 6 sessions per year. So each session is 7 weeks long. The way to remember this is paralegal is a 14-week training. You will need 2 sessions to complete the program. And we actually have the first half and the second half of the program running every single term. So the only thing you really need to decide is when you want to start. The next opportunity to begin this course is October 21st, and that will be session 6. So if that is your goal to start with the next opportunity in our online format, you would pay your course fee, and you would actually take the first half of your training starting October 21 and go up until the first week of December, take a nice little winter break, and begin the second half in January with session 1 of 2025. The course fee pays for both sessions. You do not need to pay that money twice. There are, in this format, weekly assignments and deadlines, and those are designed to help you stay on track. There is nothing to say that you cannot work ahead, or that if something occurs and you get a little bit behind, you can't catch up by the end of the term. But it has a regular cadence for delivery of this course. It has a dedicated instructor, and they are available via email tools, things like that. There is 24/7 access to the platform in which the course is delivered, but you don't have 24/7 access to the instructor. Just like if you were on a campus somewhere, you would not get 24/7 access to your professor. But they do have office hours. You can schedule an appointment if you want more than just email communication. Some of them do study groups or Zoom classes and things like that on the side. And you've got those email tools. You also have the support team at CLS to assist you. But the beauty of the 24/7 access to the platform is that when class begins, at the beginning of each week, your instructor is going to post onto the platform, which if you're a registered student, you would have a username and a password to access. You don't need any special software. You don't need to be even in your home or in an office. You could literally be on any device anywhere in the world that you have internet access. So you would log in. Your instructor will have posted what your written and reading assignments are for the week. You get that information. You have until the end of the week to complete that work. You want to work and do your reading at 5 a.m., no problem. You want to take your lunch breaks to work on your course? All good. Wait till you put the kids to bed at night? All good. You decide when to log in, when to get that information, and meet your weekly deadlines. It is designed to be flexible for busy folks. Our students have kids underfoot, they have aging parents they care for, full-time jobs, and manage to take this course at the same time. So whatever your personal life looks like, this is designed to blend in with that and help you to be successful in reaching your goals in that 14-week delivery time. Let's take a look at the difference between that standard online and the online self-study. So with the traditional online, you have classmates, you've got the instructor, you've got the online portal. With the self-study format, you do not have classmates. You are in a class by yourself. You are working at your own pace. With the traditional delivery, we talked about there are 6 set start dates per year, and those are set in stone. They are not moving. With the self-study format, you could begin any day you wanted. You would be in a class by yourself, so you will not have the luxury of bulletin board assignments that turn into a blog with lots of people responding. You would be doing reflection assignments, and you would have the ability to, like I said, move at your own pace. The day you start is when your clock starts ticking. So if you choose a self-study format, you are granted 6 months to complete that program. This slide says faster or slower than traditional online course. But I want to tell you, it's pretty rare that somebody is going to finish a self-study faster than the 14 weeks. Now, at this particular time of year, that differs because we've got a long winter break between sessions. But if your goal is speed, then you may want to be in the standard online. The self-study is a great format for someone who has strong time management skills, good study habits, strong reading comprehension, and is disciplined in their studies. I've been doing this for a very long time, spoken to many, many students over the years. And what we find with these self-paced courses is that sometimes things get in the way and you end up thinking you've got more time to get things done, and then time runs out. We want you to be successful. We don't want time to run out. We don't want you to need an extension, which you could get if need be. But the goal is to start and finish on time. So if you find that you are disciplined, you've got your own strong time management skills, strong study skills, self-study might be the route for you. If you want to knock this course out and earn your certificate and get your training before the end of the year, this is beginning of October. There is absolutely time to do that. And if you have any questions and which is a better fit for you, you could certainly speak to one of our enrollment counselors. They are available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's look at the third format, and that is live lecture. So pre-COVID, we had students literally in classrooms on campus with a real live body teaching there. But with COVID, that wasn't possible. And not frequently, but occasionally, we had to cancel classes for low enrollment. That was really a drag. Don't like to have to ever do that. With our online classes, we don't. Those classes run every single time they're scheduled. When COVID hit, we pivoted and we took our live lectures and we started delivering via Zoom. You still have real-time audio and visual to the instructor and the ability to communicate in real time. It is a set schedule. You are required to be in front of your computer on Zoom during class times. They do go evenings and weekends. These classes are completed within 8 to 12 weeks. We have concluded enrollment for the 2024 live lectures. The next do not occur until spring. Those dates are on our website, and I start in February, but Don't quote me on that. The dates are on the website, and those are correct. You can, with a live lecture, we have classes that are based on time zones. So there's an East Coast class, there's a Central Time Zone class, Mountain, and then Pacific. If we exceed in any group class, whether it be the standard online or a live lecture, when we get into the numbers of 30 plus, then we're not going to load that class up with more students and have it be so large that we lose, the connectivity to the instructor. We actually just open another class. So, and another and another. So if you are wanting to be in a group class, standard online or live lecture, you can expect the numbers in your class to be somewhere in that range of about 30 students. With the live lecture, you can get that same experience that you would have sitting in a classroom, but you don't have to drive to campus. You can do it from your home or wherever you are that you have internet access, and you can get Zoom to work. If you're not going to be in your home where it's quiet and you have the distractions at a minimum, then I suggest you get some earphones or something so that you can cut out all the other noise and hear what's going on there. The next that we're going to talk about is your ability to really compare side to side, the difference in these. And if you look at the top line of this slide, you'll see that we've identified what type of students each format may be best for. This is not, these are recommendations. It doesn't mean it precludes you from taking one format or another, but over 44 years of training paralegals, we've kind of been able to identify, the success rates, and we want our students to be successful. The standard online has the highest completion rate of over 85%, which is fantastic. And we want you to be in that completion rate and be ready to go on to your next career goal. Students who prefer that structured schedule and that direct interaction, best in the online. And if you really want to learn independently and feel that is the best way for you, self-study. Lots of opportunities to get this course completed before the end of the year. That face-to-face, hands-on learning via Zoom, next opportunity for that would not be until February. So if your goal is to complete sooner rather than later, that's not going to be an option for you at this time. The text only, we did not spend time talking about because the population that actually lends to that format is pretty small. That is designed for people with special circumstances that do not have access to the internet at all. For one reason or another, they are unable to utilize that. So it's a different experience, and there is a different time frame for completion. To make it really easy to understand that format, it's more like an old-fashioned correspondence course. We want you to not only gain all the skills that you came here to develop, but we want you to have the best experience possible as well. And for those who have internet access, that's going to be in our online or self-study programs. So for your time commitment and how long you should plan to spend and how courses are graded here at CLS, you keep hearing me repeat over and over and over again that we want you to be successful, that there's nothing further from the truth. We really are vested in your success, because not only does it directly affect your ability to do your next job or whatever you want to be promoted into, or your career change, or how you're going to apply these skills, it ends up reflecting in your paycheck. And we don't want you to leave here being really good at some skills and not others. So there is no cumulative grading at all. So no grading on a curve. You can't really bomb a test and then score great on another and have the average between the two. We require that all students have a minimum of 70% or better on every single assignment that they do. The natural next question is, what happens if I don't pass a test? What happens if I have a really bad day and I bomb something, or I misunderstood and I don't pass? You're not out of the program. It's not the end of the world. You have an opportunity to do it over, to get feedback from that instructor that is there to help you to be successful. You can redo the quiz, you can redo the assignment or the test, whatever it may be, after you get that feedback, and get a new score. So you'll be fine. All courses, as I mentioned earlier, are designed for busy adult learners. This is not like a college degree, college freshman course where you don't have anything to do but that. We understand our students have jobs, they have families, they have other things they are doing. So the reasonable expectation is for you to spend about 8 to 12 hours per week. That includes your time reading, your online time completing assignments. Now, 8 to 12, there's a bit of a gap there, and some may be super speedy and doing 6. Others may be a little bit slower and do 15, which is okay. This is an average. However, piece of advice to everyone: if you are spending more than 15 to 18 hours a week on this course, I'm going to tell you, you probably got off track. You're probably overthinking something, or you've gone down a rabbit hole and you veered off course, and you really should reach out to your instructor. It's not going to take you longer than that. It shouldn't. So please, if you find yourself spending that much time, you need to get back on course. One thing that will affect your timing will be your reading comprehension. If you have already viewed the syllabi for this course, you know that there's a lot of reading in this program. And your ability to read, comprehend, and regurgitate that information back out in your own words. So the comprehension and speed in which you read, those are going to affect how much time you spend. Some people can read things on a first run and spit them back out and move right along. I personally am not one of those people. I tend to read things multiple times for my strongest comprehension, and then once I get it, I got it, and I can move on. But that's going to be a personal data point in formulating how much time you will spend there. We do provide for every student that's enrolled in our course ongoing administrative support and technical support. We use a system called Moodle. It's really very user-friendly. Students praise how user-friendly and easy they can navigate to information is. And we like it because it makes anything that's going to make it easier for our students is also easier for us. And there's occasionally, somebody that might need some technical support or something like that, but we do have people to support you throughout. And they operate the same hours as our enrollment team. So that would be Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and excluding major holidays. I think the support team will even respond to email inquiries and things on Saturday. They keep some Saturday hours. And as far as the student satisfaction, we've got a ton of student testimonials. They're on our website. We survey frequently, a couple times a year, to actually after every single course, when any student completes, they do an end of course survey. But we also do a more formal one to a wider group a couple times a year. And the last one is, maintaining the same percentage that we got in the previous, and that is 95% of students consistently tell us that these courses are more flexible than other programs, that the knowledge they're gaining, the skills they're developing are on pace. They're able to use them right away. Some of our students are looking for that entry-level job and they're not there yet until they finish. Others are already in jobs and looking to upskill or work toward a promotion. And we get consistent feedback that things they're learning in class, they're able to use on the job right away, even before they earn their certificate. And our students are happy to recommend courses that they take here to their friends, to their family. And that really is the highest positive form of feedback that we can get. If you take a program and you're willing to recommend it to your closest friends, to your family, that's something that lets us know that we're providing the quality that we expect to, and our students return. So I mentioned earlier, we're here to talk about the paralegal certificate, but we also have an advanced program, and there are some other courses in our catalog that students do return to take. So in addition to that syllabus, just on a very high level overview of what kind of things you're going to find in this course, we do teach legal research. We use Westlaw, which is very similar to LexisNexis. Honestly, if you can use one, you can use the other. We have a fabulous deal with Westlaw. So we're able to get students a subscription they're going to need for the whole second half of their paralegal training, 7 weeks worth. That provides all the access you need and the training to go along with it. So when you get into that job, you can put legal research as a skill on your resume. We do legal writing, civil procedure. Ethics is a component of every course we teach. And we're a legal training facility. Ethics is key. Legal citation, evidence, torts, contracts, all are in there. In order for you to see a full syllabus that lists every learning objective, it will reiterate the course grading policies that I told you about. It'll also give you a list of the books and the reading charts. All of those things are in the syllabi. They are very comprehensive documents, and they are publicly viewable on our website 24/7. So you do not need to wait to enroll to see exactly what we're going to teach you. It follows that same train of thought. We want you to know what you're going to learn before you get here. Before you make a decision to enroll, you should know what you're going to get. So that is available on the website. Included in the course, we have recorded video lectures. There are formative assessments. These are non-graded little tools and like flashcard games that you can use to help you study, to help you retain information. These are not graded. You can take them as many times as you want. You get immediate feedback, and they really are a handy tool to help really solidify the concepts and the learning objectives and the basic knowledge. There's a ton of new vocabulary in this course that if you are just entering a legal profession, it's going to be some words you've never heard before. So utilize the tools within the program to help you start to master some of those things. So advancing, I alluded to, there are courses you can take beyond paralegal. So I'm going to mention, before we talk in detail about advanced, I want a precursor to that. So students in the state of California, in order for you to work as a paralegal, you are required to be in compliance with the California Business and Professions Code 6450. That code literally dictates how many hours you must vest into substantive legal training. If you have no other legal training, the combination of our paralegal certificate and our advanced paralegal certificate will give you exactly what you need to be in compliance. That is intentional. Now, so if you're in California, if you live there now, or you plan to move there, or you plan to work there, you need to be in compliance with this code. which means you take the paralegal and the advanced. We're going to go on to the next slide now so you can see what the advanced is about. The paralegal certificate that we've been talking about for the past 20 minutes is your core foundation. It's all the preliminary stuff that you need to work as a paralegal. The advanced program is designed to help you build on that basic knowledge and specialize in very specific areas of the law. Each one of the topics that you see on the screen is an independent 7-week class. Let's flash back to that calendar I talked about for online delivery. We have 6 7-week sessions per year. Every single one of these topics is available every session. So you don't have to wait for a class to come around. In order to earn an advanced certificate, you would need to complete 6 of these topics. So that's 6 different classes. You can take them 1, 2, or 3 at a time in a single 7-week session. You can go as fast or slow as you want. And you have 12 months to get all 6 done within, and that clock starts ticking from the day you take the first one. If you're in California, you need to take 6. You need to earn this advanced certificate. If you are anywhere else in the country, they're a voluntary measure, but I can tell you more than 60% of our paralegal students that are not working in California come back and pick up advanced topics. You can take as few or as many as you want. You can pay for them one at a time. You can take advantage of the bundled rate that we give to California students because that's accessible to anybody. You can see an individual syllabi for each one of these topics if you want to dig into them. If you're going to take all 6 that you need for California, you can make a decision and put down what you want to start with, but you're not stuck with that. You could always reach out to the support team. If you start taking 1 or 2 and then the other 4 you pre-picked, but you want to change, you can always let support know and they'll change up your topics for future classes. That's not a problem. California is the only one that has regulations. Other states, I just saw a question flash up on the board there that they were looking about Florida. And Florida does not have regulations. It's a voluntary measure, but I recommend you pick something else up after your paralegal, because think about it. The more knowledge you have, the more valuable you are. If you're changing jobs and you were working, let's say, in a family law firm that dealt primarily with divorce and things like that, or custody, then you may not need family law because that's where you've been working and you already have that training. But if you're moving from that or from something else into that, and you don't have that specific skill set, maybe you want to take that course, or you're moving to a firm that does estate planning, or you're not going to work in a law firm anymore. You're going to work in a corporation. Maybe you want business law or whatever it may be. There are topics here that are designed to enable you to specialize in areas that you're passionate about or that you're going to be working in. In addition to taking the courses, one fabulous thing that we've added in the last couple of years about CLS is the addition of digital badges. So upon completion of a course, you earn a certificate, and you would get that certificate issued by one of our college or university partners, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But that's a piece of paper that you can put on your wall. You can add to your resume that you've earned it, absolutely. The digital badge, that's got a ton more information. It's more than just a piece of paper. You can add it to your LinkedIn profile. You can add it to your digital resume. It will enable someone to literally click into that badge and not only see that you completed the program, but they can see what skills you developed in the program. And really, that's what they're hiring you for anyway, what you can do. It goes steps deeper into providing outlook for jobs, things like that. The drill down into the skills is really great. Those real-time job postings are also good. There's salaries in there, all kinds of things. You can explore recommended next steps, and use them wherever something is going to be accessed digitally. And just before we move on here, the completion of the paralegal certificate earns 1 badge. If you complete 6 topics or more, 6 is not a limit, by the way. We have students that complete all 16. But if you complete the advanced, that's another badge of its own. But each individual topic also earns a digital badge. So if you're not subject to California requirements and you just want to take a few, you will still get the digital badges. And we are moving on to, now we've developed all these skills, where are we going to take them? Almost anywhere, honestly. Everybody knows paralegals work in law firms. That's just a given. But everybody else hires them too. The banking industry, finance, hire paralegals. Every major corporation out there has got a legal department. Higher education, state county governments, the real estate, car dealerships, hire paralegals to do contract work. There are tons of opportunities for you to apply the skill set. And once you complete it, you own that knowledge. It's yours. Where you choose to take it is entirely up to you. Work from home options are also available. Previously, most paralegals were always working in offices, but with COVID, with everybody going to work at home, or at least most everybody, virtual paralegals became a much bigger thing. There are opportunities out there to do this kind of work in a home environment. I cannot tell you what the percentages are. Those are very much employer-based decisions. There are people that work, flex schedules where it may be 2 days at home and 3 in the office. There's others that want you in the office for the first year, and then, you kind of like earn your stripes and can get a little more leeway. But if that is something you are seeking out, okay, to be in a work from home environment, ask the employers upfront first what their policies are, how they feel about it, and what kind of opportunities they can provide. In addition to the work from home, there's also freelance paralegals that literally do contract work and hire out, and they're independent contractors, for lack of a better word. If that is your goal, to be a legal document preparer or a freelance paralegal, pay particular attention in the training delivered in this program, because the instructors will go over all the things that you can and cannot do with or without the supervision of a licensed attorney. There are very specific rules there, and you can always reach out to have them elaborate further, but they are going to go over that in the program. Another tool that is pretty awesome about this, when you complete 60% of your course, you will get an exclusive invitation to join the CLS Career Center. This is a one-stop career center, which is exclusive to CLS graduates. CLS is part of Barbary. And if you are not familiar with who Barbary is, they train more legal professionals than anyone else in the world. The biggest thing we do at Barbary is train law school graduates and help them to prepare for passing their bar exam, which means that we have got a wealth of networking and connectivity to attorneys that are hiring paralegals. And Barbary's been around for 50 years. So that's a heck of a network. And those attorneys that are looking for paralegals post opportunities in our career center. So if the whole goal is career changing and looking for your next great career or job, once you get 60% of your course completed here, you would get an invite into there. They do a quarterly webinar series. The next one is scheduled for next month, I believe. And that is a panel discussion that is tips and, just general advice from actual hiring professionals in firms. We have one panelist of note that joins us frequently. That's from Robert Half. She is the hiring manager for all the temps that go out on paralegal jobs, and she provides fantastic insights to our graduates. There's a blog and a career resource guide. So a ton of information that we're going to help you set you up with to be successful in that job search. Earning potential, 56,000 and change is the median salary. That, keep in mind the word median. Obviously, where there's a lower cost of living, it might be a little bit lower. Higher cost of living, higher. There's a big difference between middle America and a small town in the Corn Belt versus New York City or LA. But typically these jobs have benefits that go along with them. OT available frequently. When there's big cases, there can be some long hours. The growth potential between now and the next 5 to 7 years is 14%. That's awesome. It is on the Bright Outlook list of occupations for the U.S. Department of Labor, which is where we pull our statistics to share with you from. How do we enroll? Before we go there, we're going to go over to a slide that's going to show you some samples, pardon me, of some of the college and university partners that CLS works with. We currently work with about 150 plus accredited college and universities nationwide. Our courses are offered in partnership with these schools through their continuing and professional education departments. And the school that you select when you register is who's going to issue your certificate upon completion. CLS will issue your digital badge, but the school will issue your certificate. Odds are we have a school close to you, and it is always our recommendation that you select the school closer to you. If you're going to continue living and working where you are, that's the logical choice. You can see a full list of partners. If you go to our website and scroll down a bit, you'll see a See All Schools, or just literally look at the US map when you scroll down on the homepage, and you can zoom in because you know where you live. Take a look at the dots around there, or you can click Find a Course, put your state in, and it'll tell you exactly who we have where you are. If it turns out that we don't have a school in your neck of the woods, which there's a few states we're not in yet, but I say the word yet, we'll get there. Choose the neighboring state, just the one closest, unless you're an alumni from one of our partner schools from somewhere else, and it would be a natural flow on your resume, then just choose the closest one. It doesn't mean you ever physically have to go there. You're still going to do the program online, but you have to designate a school upon completion or upon registration, because CLS does not issue certificates. And when you're ready to enroll for the current session, which starts on October 21. Yes, October 21. The course fee for the paralegal certificate is $18.95. If you've been browsing our website, if you've spoken with our enrollment counselors, you may have been forewarned that January 25 for session 1 next year, the course fee is going up to it's being raised. So in order to get this price of $18.95, this is the last opportunity, the last online session. If you pay in full your $18.95, it's going to cover both session 6 and session 1. You will not be charged more money in January. You'll pay for the entire course at that $18.95. Required textbooks are in the range of $400. There are a couple ebook options available for you. And we talked about the legal research tool, Westlaw Access, that is $89. There's a lot of payment options available with CLS. We work with Affirm and PayPal, and there's a few other payment options that vary by partner school. If you're interested in one, you can certainly reach out to our enrollment counselors and they will be able to help you out. To contact us, you can certainly dial our toll-free number, 1-800-522-7737. That's available from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can send an email to info@legalstudies.com. Those are picked up directly by the counselors during office hours. There is a live chat on our website that is answered live during office hours. And then if not, then they'll pick it up the next morning, or you can browse the website directly at legalstudies.com. And we've got a few minutes left here. So Deja, I'm gonna send it back to you and find out if we've got any questions we need to answer live.
All right, perfect. Thank you. So we do have quite a bit of questions here. So
Okay.
the first question is the exam proctored?
Exam. So there are tests and quizzes throughout the program, and no, they are not proctored. Most of them are all open book, open notes. This program is not designed for you to memorize information to regurgitate back onto a test response. It is for you to demonstrate that you understand the concept and you've developed the skills and you've really learned it, so you own it and you can put it back out in your own words.
Perfect. Do you offer any mentorship?
We do not. We've got the Career Center available to students, I believe, in that. And Deja, you may be able to answer this along with me, but there is resume help. And I'm not sure if career coaching is currently on there. I apologize for not knowing that answer.
No, you do get to, once you have access to the Career Center, I do believe that you can submit one resume for review through there and get, some assistance with that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Is this course suitable for those with zero experience?
Yes, it is designed for both those that come with no experience and those that have even been paralegals for quite some time, but never earned a certificate or have been doing a job where they weren't really utilizing all the skills that they could be because they just didn't need to be for one reason or another. But if they're going to change jobs, they need to pick those up quickly. So either way, yes.
All right, perfect. Let's see here. Is it possible to enroll if you're living outside of the US?
It is. If that is the case, you need to know that this course is taught with US federal law. So if you're living somewhere else, but you're going to be working with US clients or a US based company, then it's applicable. I mean, in different countries, there's different types of law that we are all based on US federal law here. If you check all those boxes and it's a yes, then if you're overseas or you're somewhere else, please allow additional time for your textbooks to be delivered. International shipping takes a lot longer than just UPS or FedEx domestically.
All right. Is this course covered through FAFSA?
No. Federal financial aid is reserved for degree-seeking students. This is not a degree program. This is a job skills training program. It is a non-credit course. It is offered through an accredited college or university, but you are not earning college credit. You're earning a non-credit certificate, which is basically a document that states you have develop the job skills. You have been trained to do the job, which is what an employer wants anyway. We do have the Affirm and PayPal allow you to make payments. If you want to use a credit card, then you control your own repayment. But with Affirm, you can set up a plan that ranges anywhere from 3 to 18-month payment plan back, and all those scenarios are available before you accept it. There's also cosigners, lots of different payment options available, but no federal financial aid.
All right. And are you able to begin work as a paralegal after course completion, or how much additional training is needed to get employment?
We recommend that when people are at the tail end, they start looking for their jobs. You don't even have to wait until you've completed. We've got folks that start, right away and take an entry-level job and take the course at the same time. So as soon as they finish, they've already got their foot in the door, and then they are more quickly promoted because they've earned their certificates. There's lots of different options. If you're in California, you will need to complete both, but that doesn't mean that you can't, again, take an entry-level job until you get those completed. In California, the employer will not be able to bill you out as a paralegal unless you're in compliance with that code and have the proper training. Those rules don't exist elsewhere.
All right. What is the difference between this certificate and an associate's degree for paralegal?
Time and money. An associate's degree, you're going to take a lot of other courses that have absolutely nothing to do with the job. Is it good to have math skills? Yes. Do you need some science credits for an associate degree? Do you need multiple other? An associate's degree really is to get your general education. And if an employer sees that on your resume, they're not looking at you as though you've got this great battery of skills that you're bringing to the table. When they see an associate's degree, they're not looking at what it's in. They're seeing that you got an associate's degree, and they consider you to be a little bit more responsible adult than someone that just finished high school. When you have a certificate, you are telling an employer that you have specifically been trained to do this job. 75% of our students at CLS already have a degree, whether it is an associate's, a bachelor's, a master's. We have folks with PhDs that come in and take this training. They're not doing it to not do a degree as an alternative to a degree. They're doing it as an addition to a degree. Does that mean that you have to have a degree? No, it does not. That other 25% of our students may be, high school graduates or GED completers that don't have college yet. Maybe they're going to go back and complete a degree later, or maybe not. It's not something that is exactly relative. Although we have so many that do have those degrees already, they understand that the degree alone is not getting them where they want to be in the job market. Having the skills training and having an employer be able to see that it's a higher priority.
All right, perfect. Just a couple more questions here. One of the questions we received is it a requirement to work with an attorney to complete the course?
Our instructors are licensed attorneys and high-ranking paralegals. They're the ones teaching the course. I don't know. So I guess I want to clarify that question. Are you going to work with your instructor? You're going to communicate with your instructor? Absolutely. I mean, does that mean you're going to be talking to them every day? No, you don't have to. I mean, you can read what they've told you you're supposed to be doing. You can read their feedback on your assignments. You can complete your bulletin board assignments and all of that and move on. You don't have to interact more than you want to, but they are there and they are the ones teaching the course. So I hope that answers that question.
Yeah, so it's not, you're not required to work with an attorney to complete the course. You will just automatically be working with
Whomever the
instructors who,
instructor is for
yes,
your
okay,
course. Yes.
awesome. So let's do this last question here regarding the advanced courses. It's kind of a 2-in-1 question. So is the advanced course offered in self-study, and will advanced course pricing increase in 2025 as well?
Advanced course pricing is increasing in 2025. Yes. The future online courses have already been updated on our website for 2025 pricing. The advanced will likely update right after enrollment closes for session 6. So if you want to be taking things in the future, we're giving our California students an opportunity to get their stuff in and get their enrollments in at the lower rate, just like everyone else for paralegal right now. We want you to have this opportunity. And we said the same thing last webinar that we did. The decisions for 2025 pricing were made about a month and a half ago, and we want students to have an opportunity to take advantage of this current pricing. So it's long as whatever it says on the website, that's the accurate number. And the advanced is likely to change after enrollment closes for session 6 into 2025 pricing. Regarding, are there some self-study options for advanced? There are a few. Most of those are in text only, and they're reserved to those students. We do not do self-study advanced at all. That is not available.
All right, thank you. I want to thank you, Stephanie, and thank you all for joining us today. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to contact us. Our enrollment counselors are always ready to assist you. We will be sending out the recording of this webinar via email by the end of the week in case you'd like to watch it again. Our next online session starts on Monday, October 21st, or you can enroll in the course today and complete it at your own pace with our self-study format. Thank you once again, and thanks to Stephanie for her invaluable insights today. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you all in class. Have a great day.